We're here today to see if you can beat Fallout New Vegas while following Canadian law. We'll start off by me showing stat allotment. Luck, agility, intelligence, max endurance. Simple enough, easy enough. Special stats there. We take melee weapons, unarmed, and speech. Great place to start. Usually try to have 2 weapon skills whenever I do a run. Take skilled and heavy-handed, since we're going to be using melee weapons for a good bit of this run. I stow all the stuff you get from the DLCs right in here. Easy enough to do. Do it before you even leave Doc Mitchell's house. Toss all the weapons, all the ammo, and the... I think I toss armor in it as well. Keep everything else I pick up from Doc Mitchell's. After that, head on out. Drop the armor I have off. Use one of the modded sets of armor. Go and talk to Sunny Smiles, so she could be our... kind of like a licensing individual. Because if you want to have long guns in Canada, you have to take certain courses and be correctly licensed. And that was a good time to say, no, you cannot actually beat Fallout New Vegas while following Canadian law. You can't carry anything with the pretense of using it for self-defense. Their reasoning is you're willingly carrying it to use against a person. So that's a no-go. You also can't own body armor, from what I can tell. So we're just gonna figure the can't carry for self-defense thing isn't a thing. And we're gonna go from there. Head on inside because I'm gonna get the Good Springs exploit going. It's simple enough. You talk to Joe Cobb, go kill Ringo. Talk to Joe Cobb again. He tells you that you need to go get supplies from Chet and Doc Mitchell. Before you go and get those supplies, you then kill Joe Cobb and all of his people, and you can continue getting armor and ammo from Chet. One of the big things about Canada as of 2023 is there's a national handgun freeze. You cannot buy or import any new handguns in Canada. So that means there's no handguns that we can use in this run. Along with that, you can't have high caliber ammunition, whatever the fuck that means. And every caliber in this game is almost high caliber. The hunting rifle, which bolt-action rifles are okay if you're licensed, is a 308, and 308 is considered a high caliber. 44 Magnum is a high caliber. 357 is a high caliber. So that takes out pretty much every gun. The varmint rifle also seems to be a no-go since it has a thumbhole stock. Always the thumbhole stock, I swear. And you also can't seem to have high-powered scopes or anything like that. It's just a very strange mishmash. By the by, there are a few weapons that we can actually have. We can have a single shotgun, which is a single-barreled break-action 20-gauge, I think. We can't have a caravan shotgun because it specifically states on the wiki that a caravan shotgun is a type of sawed-off shotgun. We can't have that. We can have a hunting shotgun in 12-gauge. And we can use a cowboy repeater, although we can't use it with 357 since that's a high caliber. We can, on the other hand, use it with 38 special, which is fine, as long as we don't put a scope on it or anything like that. So that's what we're working with so far. Melee weapons that are tools are fine. Crowbars, for instance. Machetes, golf clubs, baseball bats. Just going to use the broad machete for the time being.
New face in the outpost.
Well, we could go down the Lonesome Road route and get the arc welder and the industrial fist and the nail gun. I'm not going to do that. There's enough tools and or civilian items turned weapons in this game to where it will work. Here I bought a single shotgun in Prim.
Don't worry.
Gonna do the build test against the Legion. Mind you, I did the Good Springs exploit until I maxed out a couple of my, well, both of my combat skills. Unarmed and melee. Into a goddamn blender at this point with this machete. Volp has picked up a rifle for some reason. Don't know why. Stop off at the I-88, pick up a jacket. Figure I'll stop at the Followers' safe house to pick up supplies if I could. And never been in this building before. Feel like someone didn't understand what they were supposed to be doing there.
Welcome, sir.
Make it to the gun runners. Pick up some 38 ammo. Head over to the casinos so that we could start getting ourselves outfitted correctly for this run. Because we're going to need some heavy hitting equipment to be able to do this run without it being a slog. So, picked up Cowboy Repeater. 38 specials are what we're using. Easy enough. And we picked up a Power Fist. Know a lot of people are going to say, well, a Power Fist is a weapon. A Power Fist is not a weapon in Fallout lore. The Power Fist was made for industrial purposes, construction and deconstruction. The Super Sledgehammer was made for the same style of use. It was made for use in Anchorage to help architects build trenches and fortifications in the trenches. Some of the soldiers started using them to breach fortifications in the trenches, but does not mean it was not originally created as a tool. A Power Fist is just an industrial pneumatic wrist-mounted hammer, so we're using it as our weapon of choice for the time being. Get Benny's attention with a little 38. Just use the Power Fist. Not the best thing on the planet. This one's fairly slow, but we'll remedy that later. Easy enough to take care of all these guys. They're lightly armored. I'm fairly sure I have a perk that bypasses armor for unarmed and melee attacks. Always fun to run through the tops like that. Head over to do the same thing to House. At this point, I wanted to test something. It's always easy to run through and take out Benny, take out House, automatically instill Yes Man into the Lucky 38, and then go from there. I wanted to see what would happen if I met and dealt with all of the factions before I talked to Yes Man. And by all of the factions, I mean go, kill Caesar, use the platinum chip in the bunker to activate the Securitron army and upgrade them before even talking to Yes Man, if there would be any change in his dialogue, or if I'd simply have to get him instilled into the Lucky 38 and then go from there. Power Fist works wonders on Securitrons and most robots. While there's other tools later on we might get that could help some, there's not really enough robots to warrant using them. I got the last of the Securitrons here. Head over into his antechamber, or whatever this thing's called. Tried to dip behind some consoles as not to get shot. They didn't seem to like to use their grenade launchers this run when coming in here. Head on down to say hi to House. Again, I don't understand why he didn't use like a Serenity Lane. Tranquility Lane. That's it. Tranquility Lane, like, lounger cryopod thing instead of whatever the hell his weird life support chamber thing is. Since he still seems to age, it just keeps him alive. It's strange. After I take care of House, I figure I'm gonna need better armor and a better weapon. And I can get both of those by completing Honest Hearts. So blitz through Honest Hearts. Not really that long of a DLC. You can get it done in one sitting if you really want to. Talk Joshua Graham out of killing Salt Upon Wounds.
Let's go find Daniel. Tomorrow we'll be here soon. And there is much to do.
That's a great character. Level up again. There's the stats so far. More than 2 skills maxed out. We're taking Joshua Graham's armor and Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist. Now, Joshua Graham's armor, you may think is some type of soft body armor, but it's not. This is some soft body armor. As you can see, it doesn't split down the middle and open up. And this is a plate carrier. Also doesn't split down the middle and open up. This is the closest thing to what Joshua Graham has on his armor. Simply a magazine pouch and carrier. Also known as just a shooting vest, which is fine. The rest of Joshua Graham's clothes is just a white shirt with tribal patterns sewn into it. Jeans and some boots. So, perfectly fine to have in Canada. After we finish Honest Hearts, we come here to put Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist to use in the fort. Easy enough. Melee skill is maxed out, same with unarmed. We have, I think the perk is called End Stay Back. Knocks opponents back and on their ass with a couple of hits. Try to dance around them so I'm not getting as hurt, taking as much damage to my armor. Easy enough to take them out. Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist has an unknown trait to me. And in that, it apparently poisons. Which is strange. I didn't know that was an effect in the game. But yeah, it poisons when it hits. And it lingers for a little bit. I get a couple of kills with it, but I just thought it was strange that it would happen. Take out Caesar. Break our hands in the process. Take out all of his guard. Never understood why he doesn't have them equipped like anti-material rifles and the like. That way if someone comes in and tries to do this, you know, you'd be able to take them out. Realize my character's hands are fucked up. Find it kind of funny. Gotta thank Caesar for giving us our next weapon, the Displacer Glove. Now you may think the Displacer Glove is like an energy weapon version of a ballistic fist, when it's not. It's literally just a loudspeaker attached to a glove. Most likely used for some type of riot control. But we use that to make our way down into the fort. Since it seems to do extra damage against robots. No idea if it could be picked up on microphone, but it's raining here. Easy enough to just mow through everything. Again, our skill is high enough to carry us for the most part with any melee or unarmed weapon. One of the large things is we cannot use a ballistic fist because, as I explained in one of my other playthroughs, ballistic fists are just guns attached to your wrist. Those are pretty much the military version of the Power Fist. I also don't understand why the two-step goodbye is more powerful than a double-barreled Power Fist. Which is strange to me. Take out these sentry bots. Didn't need to, but goes to show you just how powerful these wrist-mounted tools can be. Decide to check out what we're using here. Machete, Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist. Hunting shotgun that we just picked up. Cowboy repeater. Chainsaw that we just picked up. It's a tool. It's fine to have. Again, this run is pretty much invalidated because you can't carry anything for self-defense.
No offense, but you...
Head over to the I-88 to pick up the key to the Brotherhood
in that
bunker.
case, I take it back.
Head down into the bunker, and she doesn't want to open the door. Just kind of standing there in aggro mode. I tried for a while to figure out a way to get her to open it. Talking to the intercom doesn't work. Pushing her toward it doesn't work. Waiting doesn't work. Almost thought it was going to bug out again like the one time.
I knew I should have.
So just fucking around, I decided to knock her out. That way maybe it would reset her AI when she stood up. Then I got the funny idea, hey, what if you just, you know, take her over to it and have her do the thing. And she popped right back up and went directly into the thing. So I thought that was funny. But that gets us into the Brotherhood bunker here. And contrary to what people might think, the Brotherhood is my favorite faction in the Fallout games, for the most part. And whilst I don't side with them often, it's mostly because their quest is just
As if I didn't have other matters on my mind.
needlessly long. I'm all sure you get power armor training out of it. It's not really needed, you know. We're stopping here for the only thing that they have that I want, which is Greased Lightning. I've never used that weapon before in any run. I don't really favor melee weapons. So I head over to Chet to do the Good Springs exploit some, to get a bunch of leather armor to sell to him, to get up enough money to go back and buy Greased Lightning, and I also bought a Thermite Lance. Again, Thermite Lances are tools used for cutting and welding. I was astonished at how fucking fast Greased Lightning is, because goddamn. I actually went and checked it against Salt Upon Wounds Power Fist to see its output. Along with the knockdown perk I have, this weapon is insane. Look at that, just ragdolled across the room. And it does that with almost everyone. It's just crazy. So I start ripping apart the Brotherhood here. Again, while they're my favorite faction, if their quest line wasn't so goddamn annoying, I'd side with them more often instead of killing everyone there. Got bored and wanted to see if using Veronica as a shield would work against the turrets. And it actually did. I just find it funny. And you can do that. If you can't get a good line of sight on you, it won't shoot. Easy enough to take out the turret with this, just with this Power Fist. This Power Fist is just insane.
Determined to fight the Brotherhood.
Take out Veronica because it's face facts, she's not needed anymore. Pick up the Zap Glove. A Zap Glove is another one you figure would be a weapon. From what I can tell in the lore, the Zap Glove is just a hand-mounted defibrillator. Seems like most of these that are just not a ballistic fist were just tools that were made. They even retconned it somewhat in Fallout 4, making it more of an industrial look for the Power Fist. Say bye to Ramos as I head on out after setting self-destruct. Weird thing is, a bunch of paladins popped up. No idea why. I don't know if this is because I accepted eyesight, not eyesight to the blind, still in the dark, or if it's because I killed pissed off Veronica, or I don't know. I've never had that happen before. Head on to the strip and accidentally get on the bad side of the Kings. So I figure, I'm here, they're here, might as well just deal with them. Just ragdolling everyone. This fun weapon to use if you've never used it before. Max out your unarmed, get greased lightning, you're good to go. Mind you, you could always get greased lightning if you blew up the Brotherhood. I'm pretty sure it spawns at the Gunrunners at that point. We have our machete, we have our greased lightning, we got Salt Upon Wounds, Power Fist, Zap Fist, Displacer Glove, and Chainsaw at this point. Run through them all as I head over to talk to the cons. Figure I'll have them leave the Vegas area this time. Mostly because I wanted to see how this build could stand up against some Deathclaws. Not just any Deathclaws, mind you, but the Alpha Deathclaws of Quarry Junction here. I have to come here to talk to the one Great Khan's advisor. I don't know why she's out here in the middle of Deathclaw territory if she's an advisor. Sure, they're drug runners. You could figure they could have someone else deliver drugs while the advisors, you know, hang back and advise. Whatever. I also don't understand why she's, like, Australian. Figured by this point in time, even if her ancestors were from, like, first generation from Australia, they would have lost their accent, right? It's just strange. Anyway, we talk to her, tell her she can't be a Fumentari or whatever. Head back to Papa Khan, tell him about it all. Convince him to fuck off out of Vegas somewhere else. Since what's-his-fuck ain't out here, I decided to go in and kill him myself. As he's running past me, he just gets taken out. Figured the cons would probably aggro, but they don't. Head up, talk to the boomers. Not gonna do any of their quests, just gonna meet them to check that off the list.
Hey! Hi there.
Now here's the part that I wanted to see from the beginning.
Did I just see?
And yes, he has different dialogue dependent.
An army of Securitrons, upgraded no less. What a development. An army like that should be enough to defend Vegas from, I'm gonna say, anybody.
I was surprised by that, you being able to tell him about the Securitron army and that you've already upgraded them. I was hoping that I'd be able to skip his entire song and dance of, here, come down to the basement, watch me upgrade these things. Which is just, it's needlessly long and annoying, right? Again, he's a Securitron. I don't get how he didn't realize that there's missile pods in his shoulders. Just doesn't really make sense. After that, get him over to the Lucky 38 so I can hurry up and get past all that shit.
You did a super job wrapping
Get him
things
instilled.
up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to.
At this point, I only have a couple things left I have to do.
I decoded a military radio transmission.
Go to the Dorito substation, install the chip. Easy enough. Run in, run out. They don't seem to aggro on you if you don't linger too long, which is good. Resupply.
Don't you love
Get my items fixed. Head back to Yes Man so that we can start the Battle of the Hoover Dam. And by the by, it's pretty much just me using Greased Lightning. Well, I could have grabbed a Super Sledgehammer or any special version thereof. You don't really need to. Well, they would have worked and been within the rules of the run. Never used this weapon before and was having a hell of a time with it. Figured they would have just let me pass, but they usually stop you and tell you can't go in. Hit yes, man. Installed in the dam. Go flip the switch on it. Head back out. Head into the Legate's camp. Put Greased Lightning to use. A bunch more.
An envoy of Vegas.
Talk to the Legate. Pretty much tell him to fuck off. And then just ragdoll him. It's so fun being able to ragdoll him when he ragdolls you all the fuck time. I grab his helmet and his sword, which technically, the Blade of the East is not a sword, it's a car bumper that's been sharpened. So it's really just industrial junk. I also put on his helmet just because. And with that, no, you can't beat Fallout New Vegas while following Canadian law. Again, you can't carry anything for the purpose of self-defense, which is just stupid. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, I guess.